Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on a Monday at 12 o'clock. Welcome. I've got my chakra cup today. It's very pretty. It's got all those lovely colours on it. I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a good week since I was last on here. So join me with a cuppa. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. And I hope, as I say, you've had a good week. So today's talk is about, even though it's one of my little things I teach my students, my clients as well, to look at things differently. That way it hasn't really got any power over your well-being. So if you have to say, like, even though to yourself when you have a challenge or something, then basically you're going to reintroduce that feeling of, I'm okay, I'm all right. Doesn't matter what's happened. It's not going to take away my power. It's not going to demoralize me in any way. I'm going to ride above it. I'm just going to rise above it and just think, ride the wave. I'm getting my tongue tied. Oh, hi, Annie. It's lovely to see you, darling. So yeah, today's all about even though. So even though I've been really busy today, I've got everything done, or most of it done anyway. Hi, Anne. Oh, Joanne, that's lovely you're here too. Happy Monday hugs to both of you, Joanne and Anne. Thank you for joining me. So even though, now most of my clients know this, because if they say some challenge or something's been a problem, I like to raise them from here to here emotionally. So bringing that emotional balloon higher. Oh, thanks for the hugs. So to bring your emotional balloon higher means that you can say, even though this has happened, I'm still okay. Sending you loads of Monday hugs, says Julie. Thank you, darling. Monday hugs to you. So even though you might have had some challenge today, or you've had it in the past, you might be bogging, it might sort of bring you down a bit. It might be taking away some of your energy. So all you have to say is, even though that happened, I am okay. I can do this, or I'm still okay. I've survived it. Jane, oh, that's nice, Jane. Nice to see you, honey. So we need to be positive. We need to be optimistic, don't we? And we need to be aware that those feelings of challenges, those, you know, they happen over and over again. We keep reliving them. Oh, that's nice, Jane. You know, we might have had a challenge today and it reminds you of a challenge you've had before, and you might be a bit worn down by it. So to make sure that you're not worn down by challenges, we can be lighthearted. We can set the intention. We can be positive. Even though that happened, I am okay. I've got several examples here. But if you woke up really tired and you think, I've got a whole week to go and I'm really tired on a Monday morning, you might say, even though I'm tired, I have a fantastic week. Even though I haven't got any energy, I still get everything done. You see, that kind of stuff. I'd like you to play that game with me. I'd like you to think of all the things that you can use even though for. I had to do it a lot. I worked on this a lot. I mean, when I had daily challenges, I mean, once you start getting challenges and you get sort of worn down by them, you tend to get more and more, don't you? It's the law of attraction. You're focused on the challenge, so you end up with more challenges. So there was a time, not so many years ago, where I'd have challenge after challenge. And this was something I had to reform because I knew that it was going to affect my body. It was going to affect these chakra energies, because each emotion affects these areas as I keep talking about. So I could not afford for my energy to go down, or for me to become ill. I was always ill, actually, years ago, but I couldn't afford for that to keep going like that. So I thought, no, I'm going to reform it. So every challenge I got, I made up an even though for. And whether it was physical, emotional, I would then change the way I think to something positive. So even though this has happened, I'm going to do this, or I'm still going to be able to do that. You know, no matter what it is. It's a game you play with yourself. And it's your inner child that's going to feel it. He or she is going to feel a sense of hope, a sense of it's going to be okay, trust, faith. And in a way, it kind of just raises you up a bit. So nothing really can take away your happiness if you don't allow it. Even though gives you another place of, oh, it's okay. Another way of feeling that. So I've been challenged in lots of different ways, physical, emotional, lots of situations, you know, relationships, you name it. Even though I've been through, let's say, take my life story, really, loads of challenges since a child, abuse situations, toxic relationships, etc. And even though I've had all that, even though I've had that since I was a little girl, I've grown up to be a positive person because of it. Even though those things happened, they have no power over me. I'm even more positive now than before. And there's loads of Pollyannas with that as well. That's a positive thought. There's always positive comes from some negative. And one of my Pollyanna talks, I think that's on the blue section of my Nan Talks, if you want to go to that, www.nancyfinch.co.uk. Tap on the blue. I think you'll find the Pollyannas are on that. You can find something good from something bad, and that supports you, keeps you going, keeps you makes you feel like you can carry on. You have the emotional energy to keep moving. So even those goes really nicely with that, doesn't it? I haven't got that on the board actually. So I've got a lot of stuff on the board. I can't even read it. But even though can help you every day, it can take you. Oh, hi, Christina. It can take you into a place, as I say, of hope, of being optimistic, being mindful and playful, even though. So what can you use it for? Anything at all. Just think about what challenges you have and then make up a sentence and say it to yourself. You know, it's really good. I've done it on all of those things. Like take the relationships, for instance. When I found myself on my own again, I'd go, even though I'm on my own, I am happy. I make myself happy. I give myself the things I need from others, even though whatever it is, make it up. It could be, even though, I don't know, the house is a mess, I have the power, I have the intention to clean it up. Even though it's been overwhelming, I can still find positive thoughts from that. I can still find the achievement I'm looking for. So you can make it up. Just give me a scenario and I'll make it up with you. You can do it with lots of situations, with family stuff, as I say, material things in your house. You know, if you've got something going wrong, say you're on a journey and you get a puncture. Even though my car has a puncture or my car broke down, I can still enjoy my journey. I've got a kind of a little list here. Even though I have lots to do and little time, I get it all done. That kind of thing. Hi, Annie. Oh, it's lovely to see you on here. And as a lot of people feel very pressured at the moment to try and get everything done and, you know, to move forward, to achieve. And they feel that competition with other people too. And they feel, well, if they've done it, I need to do this. And before you know it, it's too much pressure. And you have to have something to keep your emotional balloon high. The even those are really good fun because they will not allow you to be down here on the ground with your emotional balloon. They just won't. Oh, hi, Stephen. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday hugs. So continue with my little list here. Take worry and stress, for instance. When you're worried and you're stressed. Even though I'm worried and stressed or fearful, or even though I've got anxiety, you know, I'm going to overcome that with faith and trust that all will be okay. I trust everything will be okay. Even though I'm feeling those things, I trust everything's going to be great. It's all going to work out. So you're kind of just finding the positive alternative to whatever situation you're in. Use it as a playful exercise for your inner child, you know. And it's a way of changing your synapses in your brain, because every time you have a situation, you have a feeling to that. It invokes a feeling and a thought, some more feelings, etc. You've got those forming a pathway. You need to form a different pathway. Otherwise, every challenge will bring you down very quickly because it's always done that. So we need to make sure that we change the synapses. We take our thoughts and feelings from here to here. So we've got a new track, as I keep talking about every week. So this helps to form a new track because you're saying every time something consumes you, a feeling, oh, another challenge, even though we'll give you that breath, we'll give you that, oh, I can do this, and it will raise that balloon up again. So then the synapses change and you start to feel more positive. You're following this line. And in the end, you just won't be dragged down by as many challenges or like you used to be. You'll think, I used to have that reaction to that challenge, to that person, you know, and you can find, if you can be mindful and find the even those, you'll just feel so much freer emotionally. You won't be down one path of worry about that situation, or, you know, it only brings more to you by the law of attraction. You have to keep your emotion balloon high and you have to be happy to attract the things you want. And it's not a circumstantial thing outside. It's not whether the car works. It's not what house you have. It's not the outside material things you have. that make you happy. It's not situations, really, believe it or not, that make you happy. It's yourself. So if we can say, right, whatever happens to me, whatever's in my day, if it's a challenge, if it's something I don't want, I can make up an even though. It's a good game. So I've got more here, I think. Yeah, I think I've covered some of that. So think about it. It's helping your body. It's helping your mind. It's helping you to reform that mind synapses pathway. It's helping you by the law of attraction to be in a light-hearted place, to attract more light-hearted things. So it's really good for you and a child. So if anyone here wants to say, you know, give me an example perhaps of how they might want to use it, think about it. We get so used to, you know, bring it on. I'll join you with it. We get so used to having these things as a regular thing, you know. We consider that challenge to be something we have to endure. But we can change how we feel about that challenge. You know, we need to change it. Otherwise, as I say, we bring more of it to our lives by the law of attraction, but it's not good for your body. It's not good for your mind. So think about it. It might be emotional things you need to change. It might be physical things. It might be circumstances. It might be material things that you feel you've lost, you know. There's lots of positives come from negative. But if you can start off by saying, even though this has happened to me, I know that that's going to be okay. I'm just going to get through it. I'm just going to find the strength to do this, or whatever it is you feel you need to. It's important that we do. And of course, collective consciousness is going to be benefiting as well, because as you work on yourself and you make yourself calm and happy and content and still, you know, worry-free, if you can start to feel even those, then you're not going to suffer stress and worry. You're going to be a better vibration for yourself, for your family, and for your world, because we have an effect collectively. And as we work on ourselves, everyone else gets it as well. And they're more likely to work on themselves if you work on yours. Good, work on self. So every Monday is a good idea to come on here and think, what else can I use in Nan's tools? It's a good idea. So think about how we can use this with other tools that I've presented. We've got Tea with Nans. That's what we're doing now, of course. The Power of Positivity is a good one to go with this. I mean, if you want to listen to that and then think, this might just raise you up enough in your emotional state so you can use the even those. Because people quite often just get so bogged down, don't they? And they're sort of thinking it's happened to them. We feel a victim to those situations. But the even those will bring you higher, and you can look down upon that situation objectively. So the Power of Positivity is on the 9th of the 1st, 23. That's quite a nice one. If you feel like you want to listen to that or watch that. There's another one on Tea with Nans. It's all about intention. Everything's about intention, you know. 13th of the 3rd, 23. So if you can look on those on my website and on YouTube, they're on there as well. Believe in Miracles. Oh, I like that one. My inner child loves that one. It's a nice little affirmation in there as well. Little poem. Oh, hi, Yvonne. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so it's all about intention. Believe in Miracles is one of my favourites. That's on the 26th of 6/23. And there's a lovely thing you can write out from that as well. That will help you, because miracles can happen. They happen every day, as I go on about. But the even those goes beautifully with that. And we've got Pink Pig, Blue Pig on the 10th of the 7th, 23. One of my favourites, again, because I'm trying to tell you not to think about what you don't want. If I said, don't think of a blue pig, you're now thinking of what I told you not to think about. So it's all about where you focus your energy. You focus on the pink pig as what you want, not what you don't want. So we're doing that by, even though that has happened or this is happening, I know that this will be okay. I am positive despite that. I am happy despite that. I'm going to turn it all around. I'm going to make sure that I am not dragged down by it. And straight away, it will make you smile when you do it. It's good fun. So every challenge can be helped, you know, money situations, even though I've had to spend loads of money. This is quite good. I use this on myself, actually. If I spend loads of money on a project or something, and I think, oh, have I got enough for the end of the month? If I ever thought that, I would go, even though I've spent all that money, I still have, money comes to me easily. Do you see? If you can do it, if any of you are struggling with money, you might, I'm not saying it works for everybody, but it does give you a better chance to sort of bring those things to you. Even though I'm stuck here, I know that money is just going to come to me, or I've got no money in the bank, it's just going to come to me. So you're being positive, and you're kind of telling yourself, if it's a lie at the time you're saying it, at least you're making yourself feel better, and you're setting that intention, aren't you? Relationships you could do it with. Even though this is happening, I know I've got the strength to overcome it, or I know I've got the whatever you need to move you forward from whatever's holding you back in that area. Job prospects you could do it with. Even though I'm in this job and I don't want it, I know that I can do a job that I really love. And you're just going to tell yourself that. And you set the intention. Your brain is listening. Subconscious, a huge amount of subconscious is listening to every word you say. Family issues. I've got a lot of people that have family issues. Families are complicated, aren't they? There's always some member of family that causes some problem with the others. Because we're all human, aren't we? Different views, different ideas and experiences. So, yes, family, you can do it with family. Even though so-and-so is like this, it doesn't affect me. You know, even though that's always had that effect on me, I'm rising above it. So you can have lots of fun with this, because the more you do it, the more likely you're going to want to play the even though game. So if you could just have a think about how you could use it, you're changing how you feel. You're changing the outcome. You're changing the law of attraction as well. So the more you do it, the more positive you'll feel. The more likely you'll attract less challenges because you're doing this. So I'm just looking to see if I missed anything out. Yeah, you just need to reform and expect a miracle. Reform that thought, that challenge, that reaction you're having, and expect the difference. Because something good, trust the difference. Something good will always come from something bad, no matter what it is. And I might do a little talk about that next week, actually. But if something feels impossible and you're being dragged down, that emotional, be aware that your emotional balloon might be dragged down to the ground. You know, you have a choice over how you react, even though we probably don't, a lot of us don't realize we do. We think we've got to react a certain way to get over that problem, but we do have a choice over our emotional state. You know, I know someone who's just got a speeding ticket and was having a fantastic weekend, got this speeding ticket, but even though that was presented to him, he was still really happy. He chose to be happy. You couldn't take away that situation, but you can choose how you feel about it. Even though this has happened, I'm still choosing to be happy here, or I'm going to override it, or I have the strength to go through that. And so just think about what it is you want from that situation, and just put the even though that's happened, even though I've had this challenge all my life or whatever. And I've been doing it a long time. When I think about all the challenges I've had as a child and as an adult, even though I had those, I am triumphant in myself right now, because I will not allow any of those old memories or situations to bring me down, because there's so many good things that come from it, even those. And we know about kinesiology. I've got something written down here. Kinesiology, you know, when you sort of put your arm out and you think of something unhappy, and anyone can, you know, pull your arm down, you've got no strength inside, no chi energy. But if you're thinking of something really happy and you've placed your arm out and you're trying to resist someone pushing you down, it's very hard for them to do that. So imagine those thoughts of a challenge and a worry and a stress and a conditioned response, the triggers in life, are pulling you down. You know, and people see this when they play this little kinesiology game. It's happening all the time inside you. Your thoughts are energy. Your feelings are energy. So we have to make sure we change that problem, that situation, that challenge into something positive. Even though that's happened, I am still going to rise above it and be happy, or I'm going to find the solution. Even if you haven't got the solution, just say, I just trust myself, even though I just know I'm going to get the solution for that. So you're having a lot more trust and faith in yourself when you do this. And the even though, I guess it's really helping all the body, but it's really helping your emotions, your mind. You're giving yourself a sense of hope. You're giving yourself that feeling that it can be okay. You're inspiring yourself. You're detaching from the triggered response of that. You're just going to feel more hopeful, more inspired. It's going to be lovely. So even though whatever that is, I feel happy, I overcome it, I'm triumphant from it. I grow from it. Whatever you want, as long as it's something positive that you're saying as an even though. Okay, so think about, as I say, things you can do every day. Put a little note on the window or the door or something, I don't know. Put it on the mirror. Say, even though that, whatever it is. And then just think, what do you want to reform? Because the power is in those thoughts and feelings that you then tell yourself. And your inner child will love it. So you're helping here, this area. You're helping your mind because you're focused. So these areas will be really, stimulated to work well for you. Oh, how great is that? So just think about everything in your life right now that you're giving energy to. If it's a challenge, as I say, if it's a sad thing, even though I'm sad about this, I know I'm going to be happy again, or whatever. And if you want to actually talk to me about that in more depth, you can always email me, nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk. I can always help you to reform whatever it is you need to reform. But you need to have that responsibility yourself. Have that sentence, even though. Because that just shows that you're powerful. You're powerful enough to rise above that situation. Keep your emotional balloon high with even those. Pollyannas and everything else I've said on here. There's only four tea with Nans I've referenced today, apart from the Pollyanna. Because you just need to perhaps look at all of them or some of them and just link them together like tools. One day you might want to use this tool, and next day you might want to use another tool, whenever you feel like. And Jane, it's lovely to see you on here. You use my tools, I know you do. And Annie does as well. I know, it's so nice you're always here, guys. You come here every week and you share this, don't you? So I've had quite a few people coming back to me. About 500 people, I think it was last week, was watching it. If we can all influence somebody in a positive way, even if it's only a couple of people, you are doing a good job for yourself and for them. And collective consciousness, like I keep saying, let's be of service to each other. Let's help each other. Let's share all the positive things that you have in your life. Let's share them with other people. And this might just be one of them. I hope so. If it helps even one person, I'm happy. So even those, it's a childlike game of changing how you feel. Let's play with that a little bit more. So I hope, time's gone really quickly again. I hope you can use this, even those. Oh, Jane said that was marvellous. Oh, thank you, darling. That's really sweet of you. Happy hugs. I hope you can play with that, because even if in the most, most severe situations, you can have hope. You need hope. Even when a family member was really ill, terminally ill, I thought I had to say, even though it's going to be okay, there's some good's going to come from this, and he will be okay, and he was. I thought he wasn't. Oh, JR, that's lovely. That's so sweet that you're here as well. So even if it's something major, something minor, something little irritates you, rise above it. Look down upon it. Even though I'm choosing this, I'm choosing to feel that. And after a period of time, it becomes easier, and then you're in charge of your feelings. You're not a victim to your feelings, you're a master of them. So I hope that you have enjoyed today, and thank you all, and just share this if you can with other people. It does them in the world of good. Could listen to you. Oh, that's so sweet, Julie. Thank you. We all need reminding, don't we, Annie? We know this stuff already. Everybody that's listening to this right now knows everything I'm saying already. It makes perfect sense in your head and your heart. But we all need reminders. We all need a mirror. And everyone's a mirror to each other. So if you're listening to this, you already know everything. You just need a reminder. Anyone that you're inspired by, it's some other person you're listening to, you think, wow, they're great. You already know it in your heart. That's why you're there. That's why you're resonating with it. But we need the mirror. We need to be reminded. And all of us are the same. So I'm going to send you all lots of love and lots of namaste hugs. And enjoy your week. And no matter what challenge you have, just put an even though with it. Before I go, JR says, great, yes, she says, I need to learn how to control my feelings. Okay, even though up to now I haven't been able to control my feelings, I just know that I will find a way. I know that I will find the discipline and the mindfulness to help control my feelings. And you're letting your subconscious bring that to your consciousness by setting that intention. So if you want to control your feelings or the way you feel about, mental state or your physical state, go to the power of intention. Intend for you to. Perhaps use affirmations. There's another thing I've done on affirmations. Look up perhaps think about how you can reform that. So you're no longer saying, I have this problem. Even though you have it, you're now going to be able to rise above it because you're setting the intention. So put that in your mind. Maybe make up an affirmation that says, I no longer worry about my feelings. I have control over my feelings. Or maybe just write the one I'm just going to say, I'm no longer a victim to my feelings. I'm a master of them. That's a nice one. Write that down and look up perhaps the affirmations, the power of affirmations I did, which I haven't got to hand right now, but I'll get it. So the power of affirmations was really lovely, and that's in my Tea with Nans. So have a look through, actually go through them all, and you might find, I haven't got it here to hand actually, but I've done so many of them now, guys. Look them up and see about the affirmations, the power of affirmations, and maybe use that. Even though you've had it up to now, you've now got a mindful intention to change that. Can you see how you feel? It's really interesting how we just suddenly find we've got hope, we've got intention. We feel we've risen above it. It's not dragging us down. It's not controlling us if we are mindful. I didn't plan to do that extra 5 minutes, sorry guys, but you had to have that answer, didn't you? So anyway, lots of love to all of you. I wish you a really happy week. Look up some talks if you need to, the meditations, they're all free. Enjoy, just enjoy yourself. Be as happy as you can allow yourself to be despite what you have going on around you. So just that's it. Even those, we can be happy. Oh, lots of love to you all. I'll see you next Monday. Okay, take care.